So we've given you some ideas on technical aspects of the game and tactical aspects, but what you really want to know as you begin to tune up your game is how can I measure this? How can I see if my progress is really working? So here's some games or drills that you can use either on your own or with a partner that'll help you measure your success, and you can actually chart your progress as you go along. Just like we said, starting with the drop and hit. We know my first objective is to get the ball over the net. My second objective is to control the depth I want to hit it. My third objective is control the depth I want to hit to. And my fourth objective is the spin I want to hit. And lastly, the speed. So starting off with the first objective, to clear the net, that's my first goal. My next one is to get direction. And that I can practice by hitting to square 2 or 3, because my goal is to keep the ball deep in singles in the rally. My third objective then was how to control the depth of the shot. Easy ways to practice. So what I do is I'm going to come out and take 10 balls. And my goal is to get 7 out of 10 that land behind the service line back into square 2 or 3. Kind of like this. I could toss the ball, make my shot, hit it. Okay, I got 1 point there, move over to make the next shot. That's a good deep shot, that's square 2. And this one, a little short. So far I'm 2 out of 3. So that way I can actually kind of measure and look at my numbers. How many out of 10 did I get over? And you can do 15 or 20. You do set a number that you're going to consistently use to measure the results of your backhand on the run. Notice I didn't toss the ball where it was convenient. I tossed the ball where I might have to move for it. I might toss the ball further back, further up, or even moving away from the ball. My goal, though, is to get something I can measure my results by so I can see the improvement I'm making in tuning up my game. Now, I could also, by changing the spin, I could do the same type thing by changing to a slice or an underspin shot. So I might go back to square 3. So I move to get to the ball. It's a low shot. Back to square 3. That's 1. Ball is too close to my body. Get away from it. There's 2 points. Short ball again. 3 points. So far I'm 3 for 3. Now that's something you can actually measure. You can just have a piece of paper and say, I did 10 drop-in hits, got 7 out of 10 in. My goal is 8 out of 10. So next week I'll come out and try for a higher number, or my next session. I can also do my two-handed backhand the same way. Remember, as you toss the ball up, use your left hand to toss, to hold the racket, right hand to toss, so I can make the shot looking for height and depth. How can I measure how fast my ball is going? Well, one of the ways is if the ball hits the fence before it hits the ground on the other side. So that way I can actually see if my ball is a penetrating ball or just a floating ball. So I can return the backhand as kind of a floater. But is that really what I want to get? Do I want a floating deep ball? Well, that works pretty good because players hate off-pace balls. But I could also return a ball that is going to bounce inside the court and touch the fence. For example, I might go with more of an aggressive backhand where it hits there and touch the fence before it touched the ground. That way I know I'm getting a ball that's heavy. And heavy is described as a ball that has spin and speed. And it feels heavy when it hits the opponent's racket versus a floating ball. What if I have a partner that wants to practice? That's perfect. Our goal is to rally, keeping the ball behind the service line. And we keep track of the points. We count them as we hit them. If the ball lands behind the service court on either side, we go 1, 2, 3, 4. And all of a sudden, my ball lands short. He gets 4 points because we had a 4-ball rally, and I hit the ball short. So that's what we're trying to do, is try to avoid the short ball in this case, and this is our purpose for this practice. If we next rally, we do a 10-ball rally, and I miss short again, he now gets 10 points, so now he has 14 points to my 0. Think I don't feel pressure now? So one of the things we're trying to do is understand how to hit the ball there, but also create that fear that we feel when we play, the pressure feeling. So in your practice times, add the pressure of scoring with a penalty shot. If you miss, the person gets points on that side. But the nice part is we're just giving you some idea of games you might use. Use your imagination to create any kind of game situation you want. You can keep score. We play score. If the ball ends short, I'm up 15 love, I won the point. We rally again. He wins the point, it's 15 all. So then you're playing game situations with a tactical purpose of depth. So scoring makes an easy way to work on the pressure, easy way to see the results of what you're doing so you can measure your progress. What about if we're using the ball machine again? Same way, I can use my targets again and practice hitting to square 1, 2, 3, or 4. So my goal might be, how do I pass someone in singles when they come to the net? Well, I don't usually want to go deep if they're coming to the net. I want to go short angle. So now I toss the ball because they're attacking my backhand, and I've got to hit a short angle ball into square 4, or even an inside-out angle to square 1, so I can dip the ball at their feet to make them hit up again. So then I would do a sequence of dipping the first ball to square 4, and then lobbing the next ball back to square 2. So I'm able to practice with my drop and hit and measuring my success with my shots. Documentation is the best way to chart progress. So we've demonstrated lots of ways in which you can neutralize the point, trying to stay in the point and hoping your opponent would make an error. But a lot of times I get a short ball back, so I have to practice that part as well. In fact, this is probably the most unpracticed part of the court, is moving forward into the court. So you really want to practice this part a lot. And some games you can use for this, or drills you might use, would be attacking to the short square. So if I get a short ball and it's low, I might come in with a low short ball to square 1. I could also take the ball deep to square 2. But once again, let's set up so I'm going to practice that. So I do drop and hits, or I practice my partner with the ball machine, and out of 7 balls, how many balls can I hit short into square 1? Then I can say I've got 5 out of 7. So I know what I need to practice on, or I only got 2 out of 7. Then off the short ball again, typically know we want to attack with an underspin when possible to keep the ball low on the opponent's side. So if I grab a couple more balls and practice that type of situation, I've got a short ball, I've been invited, this is my invitation to go to the net. It says, come on in, I've given you a short ball, come on in. So I practice getting drop and hit, short to the square 1 again. And so that gives me a number. I can also practice going short to square 4 to throw my opponent off too, because then I have the element of surprise. All you've got to do is decide what pattern you want to practice, and then kind of track how many balls you're able to get in there out of 7 or out of 10 balls when you play to make it work. My next shot, though, would be even adding another shot, which might be closing in and making the volley off the backhand. So I come in with a deep approach shot to their forehand, move in, split, and then I would move into volley and volley short angle. I don't want to volley deep if I've already got them deep. I want to change the depth of my shot. So the cones, or the 4 targets, allow me to set up patterns deep to square 1, short to square 4. I might go deep into square 3 in the backcourt, come in, then do a backhand short angle volley to square 1. But all these are ways that you can actually create your own practice patterns and help you in tuning up your game.